Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation continues from Rag Sorat, Bani of Bhagat Kabir Ji. The recitation for today. Kya padiye, kya guniye, kya ved purana suniye. Pade sune kya hoi, jo sahaj na milyo soi. What worth is there in reading, and what worth in contemplation? Kya padiye, kya guniye. What use is there to hear the Vedas and the Puranas? Kya ved purana suniye. What comes of all this reading and hearing? Pade sune kya hoi. It amounts to nothing unless sahaj is realized. So he says, Pade sune kya hui, jo sahaj na milyo soi. If sahaj is not realized, what is the point of doing all of this? The message essentially is this: information is not illumination. We may be full of sacred verses, yet empty of presence. To read is easy enough, but to receive, that is to say, to internalize what has been read, is hard. So unless reading, reciting, and scriptural study leads to sahaj, that state of quiet awakening, it is all in vain. So sahaj, which comes from the Sanskrit saha and ja, meaning that which was born with us, that is to say, our innate condition. This term was originally used by tantric cults, in whose vocabulary sahaj also signified a protest against the formalism of orthodox religion. So this is the basic tenet of Indian antinomianism, of which Kabir and Nanak are exemplars. So what it holds is, and of course there are other traditions that are also antinomian, meaning anti-law. I'll tell you what that means. Buddhism, the Siddhanaths, and the Nirgun Bhakti movements represented by Nanak and Kabir are among the Indic traditions in this particular mode of thinking. What they believe in is that when a person is fully integrated or achieves union with the divine, if you speak, in a state of sahaj, then that person has transcended all the laws and codes and whatever at the relational plane. So in effect, what this mode of thinking is doing is it's rejecting external formalities, it's rejecting priestly authority, it recognizes the need for a guru as essential to spiritual growth, and recognition of ultimate reality as an experience of unruffled equipoise, ineffable bliss. Because in Sikhi, man's original nature is that of light or intuitive knowledge, meaning man tu jyot sarup hai, apna mool pachan. So what Kabir Ji is saying, that all of the reading, all of the study amounts to nothing if you have not reattained this innate condition of the mind that came with you, that you have lost. So in today's context, we live in the age of information. We are surrounded by information. We have endless books, podcasts, and teachings. But we have to ask ourselves, has all of this reading and hearing brought you closer to yourself? Is your mind tranquil? And so on. So in the Rahau, Kabirji is very pointed. He says, Har ka naam na japas gawara, Kya soche barambara rahao, wayward fool, a gavara. You have not realized the wisdom of the Har being, Har ka naam na japas. Why are you engaged in conceptualization again and again? Kya soche barambara? So this wisdom has to be internalized and expressed as virtues. Japas comes from jap, and jap in turn means to utter. But in Sikhi, it takes on a broader meaning. It means to recite, it means to reflect, it means to realize, and all of these together. It's also used as a synonym for Simran, recollection, remembrance. So we have to ask, what does this really mean? Is this chanting of some kind? I would suggest that we understand the Rahau in the following way. What Kabir is saying is, grow your mind through constant reflection and contemplation of Gur wisdom on divine qualities. Make Gurmat the inner compass by which to guide your life, moment by moment. This is the proper step-by-step practice by which the mind will become receptive to receiving the wisdom, Har ka naam. You see, for success in any endeavor, you'll all agree that preparation is of the essence. So in this stanza, Naam Japas is the preparation, the practice that will prepare us to be receptive and centered. But the caveat is that no amount of practice, no training, no technology can force grace. Yet practice we must. In other words, we cannot force a conclusion or outcome. The best we can do is to fashion ourselves, develop skills to traverse through life. The second slok. अंधियारे दीपक चाहिए, एक बस्तिया गोचर लहिए, बस्तिया गोचर पाई, घट दीपक रहा समाई. So in the darkness of the ego, which is where we live, Kabir ji says, the lamp of the Guru's guidance is needed. Andhyare deepak chahiye. Then, when you light that lamp, something appears that was otherwise beyond grasp. Something is realized. You see differently. You see, ek bast agochar lahiya. What was not perceivable by the senses, by the physical eyes, now become visible with the intuitive eyes, because you have lit the lamp of wisdom, and then realization dawns. And when realization dawns, the light of the Guru remains within the heart. Ghat Deepak Reha Samai. Kah Kabir ab janaya, jab janaya to man manaya. Now that I have known, meaning now that the realization has dawned on my mind feels fulfilled. Manamanya. When the mind is satisfied, people may not know that. And if they don't believe me, what can be done? Manamanya log na patijay. Na patijay to kya kijay? What can be done by that? In other words, public validation is irrelevant. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.